back for another edition of Evan Ginzburg's Legends TV, live from Madhouse Studios. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Ludwig, Evan's co-host. We joined in a few minutes by Evan. And our other guests, we have mentalist, magician Tommy Burnett.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to someone who is not your typical magician. He is an illusionist and a mentalist, Mr. Tommy Burnett.
Thank you. Thank you. So, before I begin, I'd like to explain, I was born with cerebral palsy, and thank God it wasn't so bad that I can walk around and I can talk. But it gave me a gift, if you will, to be able to read minds and do weird stuff. So if you're expecting me to do something like take a bottle and put it into a paper bag and then take the bag and go like that and get out of luck. I would like to try something with Steve, if you'd be willing to come up. Give Steve a round of applause. Thank you so much if you would stand over here.
Excuse me?
No, please. We're going to do a few things today, but first, since we've never met before today, I asked you earlier to think of 4 different numbers, is that correct?
That's right.
At no time you told me the number, at no time I saw the number.
No, I remember
Okay.
you even turned your back when I wrote it.
Okay, yes, I did turn my back. So what I'd like you to do is think of a number, think of all 4 digits, go to the very first one, and as I count from 0 to 9, I want you in your head only to scream, stop. 0, 1, wait. Is the first digit a 1?
Yes, it is.
It is. Think of the second digit. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is the second digit a 6?
Yes, it
It
is.
is. And no time you told me this number?
No, no.
Think of the third number, but in your mind, count from 0 to 9, starting now. Stop. Did you stop on 3?
Yes,
you did?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
And then the last digit, just scream it out loud in your head. Oh, wow. You're very good at this. Is that the last digit, 1632?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. And I even had to write it down to verify.
You had me write it down in the green room.
1632. Thank you so much.
1632. That's great.
Since you're a good subject, would you mind helping me out with something else?
Well, sure.
Excellent.
Happy to.
Thank you so much. Have you ever seen anybody bend metal before, like using your mind?
Yes, I've
Yeah.
seen Uri Geller. Did he
Yes,
used to do
that's
that?
right, back in the
Yes.
70s. Have you ever seen it up close?
No.
Well, you're in for a treat. I bent this one earlier, and I bent this one earlier too. It's pretty impressive.
Very
right?
impressive.
Now, it would be even more impressive if you would see me do it, and then you believe me that I did it with my mind. It would be even more impressive if I could get you to do it.
I'd say impossible,
It would
but
be impossible. So I have some spoons here and some forks. I'll actually show you with a spoon first what's going to happen here is if I just rub this, actually let's see if we can do it like this. Watch the handle of the spoon. If I just bend, rub this like that, you can actually see the handle of the spoon bending up. Let's see if we can do a little more here. Rubber like that. You can actually see the handle of the spoon rise as I rub it. Wow, that's really good. Wow.
There's a dirty joke in here somewhere, Tom, but I'm not going to go there. Right?
Yeah, I think I know that one. Let's see. Okay, so let's give you an easy one. Okay, so we'll give you a choice. You can either use this one or this one. Which one would you like to use?
I'll go with that.
Okay, great. So put one hand. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed.
Okay, great. So we'll put this here. I want you to close your hand around the fork. Okay, and you should feel something. Let me know if you feel. Put your arms straight out. Good. Let me know if you feel anything. You feel anything?
Yes, I
You
do.
do. Wow. Usually they don't. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to twist. Try to keep your hand tight. Twist.
I can feel it.
You feel it twisting, don't you? See, if you a little push it out. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You see that? Oh, oh my God. Check that out. Wow.
Amazing.
That's great. I can let you keep that. So if, okay, once again, we're going to close your hand around, as this time we'll pull in a little bit, and we're just going to try and make it melt almost like butter. Okay, we go. Yeah, open your hand, and you can see it better right here. Cup your hands. Hopefully it will work. I don't know if it will. Oh, wow, it's like really hot right there. Whoa.
Wow.
You do that. You do that. One last thing I'll take. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, okay.
Hey.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm just going to shake it, and I want you to blow on the fork. Okay? I'm just going to shake it. Just blow, a little harder, not quite that hard. Okay, whoa. Check that out, you see that?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Tom.
Wonderful. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tommy Burnett, and thank you.
All right, we are back with Legends TV. We have spanned the gamut from opera to wrestling to magic, and joining us, magician Tommy Burnett. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
There you go, there you go. And that set was very interesting. And my first question that popped into my head, as a magician, how does it feel when you see modern TV magicians exposing the business, as we say in wrestling? When they tell you how the tricks are done, does that bother you?
Yeah, it's the same, really. Some people need attention.
Attention.
Yeah. I think it puts a bad light on up-and-coming magicians, especially like on YouTube. You have all these young kids, like 10, 11, 12 years old, and they learn sleight of hand, and then they want to show
How they do it.
and
Right.
it's really a shame.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
We should make some of those kids disappear.
We should.
Yeah.
You know,
I have, but don't tell me.
Okay, right.
with that being said, Tommy, how did you bend the fork?
Actually, you bet it.
Yeah.
I just help you along.
So, I see magic on so many different levels, from little shows inside of magic shops to these Vegas extravaganzas. What do you prefer as a magician?
I actually I love it all. I've performed the biggest audience I've performed in front of was about 550 people. But I really like doing intimate stuff.
Right.
I got into doing mind reading and spoon bending and psychic phenomena stuff because I like to make a connection with people. It's more, for me, it's more about making a connection than it is about doing a trick.
Okay.
You know, that's one reason why I stopped doing sleight of hand. A lot of people ask me, well, you must know sleight of hand. I do, but I refuse to do sleight of hand anymore in a public forum because I don't want people to think that what I do is a trick.
All right.
I'm not claiming it's real, I'm claiming it's unreal.
Okay. Okay. And who are some of your favorite magicians, Mike?
Oh, Tommy Burnett, of
There
course.
you go. Right answer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nobody else.
That's right.
Seconds in the mail.
Yeah, I want to toot his horn for him a little bit. In addition to the magic that he does, he also writes, directs, produces, and edits his own short films.
Wow.
And I've been in several of them. So this
Wow.
gentleman
That's
here,
true, yeah.
there's a lot of talent here.
Wow. And where can we see these?
They are on YouTube.
You have your own channel.
Yes.
And what's the name of the channel?
I am a thought reader, all one word.
I am a thought reader.
All one word.
One word.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can look up my name, Tommy Burnett.
Because Tommy Burnett is a pretty common name.
It is. Truth be told, that's my stage name. My given name
Is Mike Brown?
Is
No.
Tom Jones.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not unusual.
Yeah. I've heard that one before.
Yeah. I once was down in the village and I met a singer singing in the park and her name was Judy Collins. I said, you better change your name. it's a little tough to match up to that.
Well,
Yeah.
David Bowie, his real name is David Jones, and that was
Like
one of
the Monkees?
That's true.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's why he changed it
Yeah.
to David Bowie.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I decided to change my name to Tommy Burnett, even though it's a fairly common name. I don't get the usual or unusual jokes about Tom Jones. Have you read the book? Have you seen the movie?
Right.
Can you sing? How many pairs of women's underwear do you have?
Right.
Okay, it was a bad joke. I mean, lay off, okay? I'm sorry. One
Yeah.
bad joke.
So, what is the state of magic in 2015? We always see David Blaine and the TV magicians, but what as far as stage magic, is it as popular? Is it less popular?
Depends on where you live. In Vegas, it's very popular.
Sure.
In LA, they have the Magic Castle, and
Right.
they have live performances all the time. Here on the East Coast, it's a little harder to find a good venue. I perform on a fairly regular basis at a place in Regal Park out in Queens. There are a couple of venues in Manhattan. Monday Night Magic is a very popular one. Very hard to get in, but hopefully one day I'll be performing.
I went to that. It's very entertaining.
It is very entertaining, and they get headliners like now that I'm on the spot, I forget who's been there, but I've seen a lot of top performers.
What do you think of these big splashy shows like Gazillion Bubbles or whatever it's called? As a magician, what's your take on that?
I actually saw Gazillion Bubbles, and I thought it was fun.
I basically enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I think it's more for kids. But,
It's definitely more for kids. But yeah, I mean, I do a wide range of stuff. I do something that is called geek magic or sideshow like taking a 4.5-inch nail and driving it into my skull.
You do that?
Yeah, for your entertainment pleasure.
Can you drive a nail into Steve's skull for us? yeah. Believe me,
nothing will be injured.
I could. It's a little different from reading his mind, because reading his mind won't scar him for life.
Scar you for life, Tommy.
I have a science question for you guys.
Okay.
It just occurred to me. There's always these stories, there's an explosion, and a nail or some kind of metal goes into the guy's head, and like, you know, 1 minute he's a nice guy, the next minute he's a mean guy, or he was a mean guy, now he's a nice guy. Why would that change your personality?
Well, there's actually, wow, this is really the first time in my entire life I will be able to tell this story. I studied psychology in college. And a very famous story is about a guy named Phineas. I forget his last name. Hopefully it'll come back to me. But he worked for the railroad.
Right.
And he accidentally got a railroad spike stuck in the top of his head, and it came out the bottom of his
That's
chin.
what you call a rough day at work.
It was a really bad day at work.
Yeah, right.
Really bad day at work. But apparently, it traveled through the part of the brain that changes your personality. And apparently, he used to be a gruff, angry person, and he became docile. They weren't able to remove.
Well, that was good, because now he was docile.
Exactly, yeah. It was kind of like an instant lobotomy.
Wow.
But that
He was too docile.
Yeah, a little bit. But that was one of my favorite stories in psychology.
His nickname was Spike, I think.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
You really nailed that one.
Yeah.
He let it go to his head, though.
So whenever you think magic, the first name that usually comes up is Houdini. What is it almost 100 years later that people are still talking about him?
He loved people. He was also a tremendous showman.
And he knew how to promote himself.
Yeah, definitely a good promoter. Much better than me in my case. He had that personality that people liked. He wasn't that good of a musician.
Wasn't that good?
And a lot of musicians will tell you that. He was adequate.
But better as an escape artist, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, even that was more of a show.
Right.
Today, magic has changed throughout the years because of technology, so like, some people now use like an iPad or their phone in their act. I don't, because I don't want people to think I'm using any kind of electronics.
Right.
But because of technology, in one way it's made magic better, but in one way it's made it worse. It's made it better because we come up with new effects that were not possible to perform like 20 years ago.
Right.
But on the same level, I would not want to depend on something electronic that broke right before I needed it to work. So everything I do is organic.
That's why you should only use oak tag.
Right.
It's very dependable, old school
material.
Yeah.
Right.
See, now what's good, Tommy, is you can use the other side of those oak tags.
That's right.
That's right.
Teachers always had to be.
And I haven't used the word oak tags since second grade.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those were three of the best years of your life, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Steve's the nostalgia guy, and I don't know if you remember this. The funniest thing I ever saw on TV, ever, Pat Paulson, he had this show. He gets into a tank of water, and he's chained like Houdini, but he's drowning. He doesn't escape. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Do you remember this?
On the Smothers Brothers, maybe?
No, he had his own. He had his own summer replacement show.
Pat Paulson for president.
Yeah. He was a funny guy.
He was
Yeah,
very
he sure
funny.
was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he would run for president every couple of years.
Yeah.
And it was like hopeless, but the guy was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tommy, did you
Yeah.
have one of those, as a kid, one of those magic kits that,
It's fun.
you know,
Yeah,
I
I
used
did.
to- yeah,
I actually
I
have one of
figured
my
you
own.
would.
I have one of my own now.
that you made? You mean that you,
Yeah, I have my name and my
nice.
my face on it. You can see it on my website, www.tommyburnett.com.
Which I had to pay full price for, by the way.
a nice
Yes,
friend?
you did. All my friends have to pay full price.
Plus,
I gotta make a living.
plus when you go to his house to eat, you get bent forks. and-
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I think for his birthday, I gave.
That's great. What's
I
in
gave
that
him,
magic
gave him
kit?
a whole dining room set, but it was all bent.
What's in
Yeah.
the magic kit?
A lot of the same stuff that was in my very first kit. The ball and vase, where you take a red ball and put it in the vase, and you wave your hand and you lift your cover off, and the ball's gone.
White dove, big bunny rabbit.
Well,
That comes with the kit, right?
The kit is only a
I'm
good
joking.
size. So,
Yes.
The little sponge rabbit.
there's the one where you turn a penny into a dime. I think they call it PK rings. There's a couple of rings that stick together, and you can spin the one on the bottom with no magnets. Stuff like
And
that.
it's
Yeah.
TommyBurnett.com.
Yes. Yeah.
You still
Check
have
it
it?
out.
Yeah. I may have to reorder some, but I have those, and I have some other magic items, a flaming wallet that I have for sale. Yeah.
I'd like to make some of the wrestling fans disappear. They could be annoying
There's a
sometimes.
few,
Yeah.
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 You know, first row ringside has an IQ of a glazed donut. You ever? Anyway.
But you know, the people that sit in the first row do have nice teeth. Both of the teeth are very nice.
That's funny.
No, but seriously.
God, the wrestling fans are going to hate us. I actually,
Well, Evan told me to say that.
actually, some of the most eclectic people I've ever met, like Mike, like Steve, you know, are wrestling fans.
Yeah.
You know, it takes all kinds. What gets me nervous are the guys who like 3 a.m. are reminiscing about Chris Benoit.
Right.
Those guys can get you nervous.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, I don't know how you feel, Mike, and Tommy too, but with wrestling, it's just it's a fine line. Like you're amazed at the artistry. If you say it all the time, it really is an art form if it's done
when
well.
done right, it's magic.
And it's a soap opera, and it's great entertainment.
And the match is telling a story if it's done right.
And not to overkill the idea, but they are athletes for crying out loud. Oh my god,
Tremendous athletes.
for the most part.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just 2 guys in the ring. There's no team. There's no water. There's no Gatorade. You have to be in. You know, your cardio has to be good. You have to perform. People, when you see a guy like Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, you know, guys like this, you know, these guys are world class athletes. I don't care what anybody says. If somebody doesn't realize that, they don't understand it.
I agree.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're rapidly running out of time. One last question. Career highlights. When you think of your career, what comes to mind?
Performing in Sweden.
Sweden.
Yes.
Wow.
I did about a week's worth of shows and street performing in Stockholm
Wow.
about 3 years ago, and it was a lot of fun.
Steve once performed in Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yeah, I wasn't asked to.
Right. Sweden. Very impressive.
I got lost in Fort Lee once
Oh, really?
on purpose.
I had an old girlfriend in Fort Lee. I was crazy about her. Anyway, that's another story. So,
Do we have enough time for me to do one quick?
very little. Hit us with it. Hit us with
so
it.
in this envelope, I have a prediction. And Evan, I would like you to think of any playing card in a deck of cards. Just think of any playing card.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Say it out loud for the viewers.
Jack of Spades.
Okay, I don't think you understand how this works. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Jack of Spades. Okay, you heard him. He said the King of Hearts. No, Jack of Spades. Okay, so in here I have the Jack of Spades. And the other 51 cards.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, okay, so, let's see, I think, hopefully, hopefully the camera can pick this up. In here, I put one card, upside down, it should be right here, yeah. And all the other cards are face up. And you have the, what?
Jack of spades.
Which happens
Wow,
to be
wow.
the only card upside down.
There you go.
on the deck.
There you go. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
Thank you for having me on your show.
TommyBurnett.com. Check it out.
Thank
Check
you.
it out. That'll about do it for Legends TV. Next week, wrestlers, musicians. Ed Sullivan meets Joe Franklin. Always an eclectic mix. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.